In this tutorial, we'll cover the naming conventions for pitches and the tuning systems or scales available in Slippery Chicken. Slippery Chicken has three of what we might call global tuning options. We've got the chromatic scale, which is the normal pitches available on a piano, the quarter tone scale, and also the 12th tone scale, which is only available in CMN at the moment. Further scales could be added by the user if they so desired. If not otherwise specified, the default scale is the quarter tone scale, which of course includes all of the chromatic pitches. The scale that we are going to use for a piece is specified usually at the top of a file by calling the InScale function, as you can see on your screen. Note names. These are specified by letter, by accidental modifier, and octave number. For instance, middle C is C4. That's the note C in the 4th octave. And octave numbers change at each C, so that the B below C4 is B3, but the B above C4 is, of course, B4. Accidentals are based around S for sharp and F for flat, but some pitches are only available in specific scales. For instance, CS4 would be C sharp 4. DF4 would be D flat 4, both of these being in the 4th or middle octave. In the quarter tone scale, we can say CQS4 for C quarter sharp 4, or, for example, DQF4 for D quarter flat 4. In the 12th tone scale, we could have 6th tone sharps or 12th tone sharps, and this would be indicated by SS4 for 6th tone sharps, or SF4 for 6th tone flats, or 12th tone sharps, for example CTS4, C a 12th tone sharp in the 4th octave, or TF4 for a 12th tone flat. Please note that there are no double accidentals in Slippery Chicken, so there's no C double sharp or D double flat, and indeed in the quarter tone scale there are no 3/4 sharp or 3/4 flat, as I believe these are no longer really necessary for modern scores. This first example is a very simple one in that we only use chromatic pitches, and we state that we're going to be using the chromatic scale with the InScale function at the top of the file. This takes the chromatic argument to specify the chromatic scale. There's nothing really worth pointing out here except for our set palette, which has C4, EF4 for E flat 4, and GS4 for G sharp 4, which could also be spelled as A flat 4 if we preferred. The next example is the quarter tone example, and we specify that we'll be using the quarter tone scale by calling InScale with quarter tone as its argument. The first thing to note here is that the violin player is no longer just writing its MIDI pitches onto channel 1, but it's writing it onto channel 2 as well when we come to write microtones. The reason for this is so that you can have a microtonal chord. In MIDI files, pitch bends are used to create the microtones. So if we wanted to have a microtonal chord that included both chromatic and microtonal pitches, the pitch bend would apply to the one channel, so it would offset both of the notes unless we wrote the chord onto 2 channels. Hence we use 2 separate channels here. The set palette consists of the note C4, which is a normal chromatic pitch of middle C, but then also the notes E quarter flat 4 and G quarter sharp 4.